Hey everyone, I'm Vivi, and today I'm doing my review of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is gonna be a long-ass video, so be prepared. Okay, before we get into this though, you probably should know already, but in case you don't know, spoiler warning. So if you don't want spoilers, please go away. But this game, it's definitely one of the best Pokemon games ever made. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot to say about it. First off, the open world. That's the first thing I want to talk about, because that's obviously the biggest feature of this game. We finally have an open world Pokemon game, which is something we've all wanted for years, let's face it. And, you know, for Pokemon's first open world, game, they did a pretty good job, I will say. Like, it is a good open world. The map is a bit small, because, like, I keep exploring the same areas over and over again. I don't know if I'm just bad at exploring, or if this map is actually that small. Like, I get really confused with the map sometimes, to be honest. Not like Breath of the Wild, where, it's so huge and you can just explore everything. Like, this just feels a bit, like, pushed in together, I guess you could say. I don't know. But for their first open world game, it's fine. I'm sure Gen 10 will be way better than this. That is a Gen 10 is open world. I'm sure it will be, though. Also, the characters, probably some of the best characters we've ever had in Pokemon. Probably some of the most developed characters we've ever had in Pokemon, you know? Like, Nimona is one of the best rivals we've ever had. I think the best rival since probably Berry, to be honest. She's not like that annoying like some rivals, but then, she's not like, I guess, I don't know what the word is, but like, she battles you enough, basically, and sometimes when you think she's wanting to battle, she says something and then doesn't battle you, which thank goodness for that, because I really hate when you have to battle your rival. That is a great Game Freak, thank you for that. And I also really like, I like her whole character, that she's like a fellow, like, trainer, and like she's above you because she's at the champion level. And, that's why you do the gym challenge. But that's still really cool. I really enjoyed that. That was fun. Also, Arven's a great character, although his little arc with his, like, what's it called? Mesbostiff? Yeah, that weird name. Or Boss Mastiff. It's one of those. Boss Mastiff sounds better, but it's probably not that. But his little story arc with that, yeah, that kind of hit me a bit too hard, like, because, I'm not going to say why, but I think you can guess why. Like, if you know me, if you know my Twitter and you know me well, and I talk to you all the time, you know exactly why that hit me a bit too hard, but, it's fine. I totally didn't cry at that. I did, but still. And anyway, his arc with, like, his dad as well, the professor is his dad, or his mom if you're playing Scarlet, I guess. Yeah, I think that's really cool. You have to help him fight all the Titan Pokemon, which, the Titan Pokemon were not easy, but not hard, so cool. And the Team Star stuff was so relatable to me, surprisingly. Like, honestly, I was really shocked at that. They're not actually an evil team. They're just a bunch of kids who are being bullied, so they all stick together and, like, put on a tough exterior, which is awesome. And then the twist that Penny was their leader, not gonna lie, saw that coming, but still, that was really, really good. I liked that. And Penny is definitely one of the most developed Pokemon characters we've ever had. I like her a lot. And she gives off a lot of non-binary vibes. In fact, I should probably call them they-them from now on. Also, the legendaries. These are the most developed legendaries we've ever had in any Pokemon game. I think the second most is probably Cosmog and, like, obviously Solgaleo and Lunala, but these legendaries outdo that, okay? You get them from the beginning of the game, not as a Pokemon, but as your, like, riding Pokemon. And you unlock each new upgrade, like flying and stuff, by taking on the Titans, but I'm not gonna lie, the controls are shit, really shit, but yeah, it was really fun, like, riding on, what's it called, Miraidon. I got Violet, by the way, it's right there in the case. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, but again, the controls are really horrible, and the flying annoys me so much, because you fly for, like, a while, but then you just start falling out of nowhere. It's not a glitch, it's actually part of it. What the heck is that, Game Freak? The flying in Legends Arceus is so much better than that. And like, there's a lot of things in Legends Arceus that are a lot better than this, but I will get into that soon. But still, the flying disappoints me. But still, these are the most developed legendaries. And at the end as well, when you go in the crater and they get scared, but then they end up becoming, your partner, and you fight the other legendary with them. For some reason, there's two of them. I don't know why. It's probably so you can use it in battle and also ride it, because you can only do one or the other. But still, I think that's kind of weird, If they're going to do that, why not have the opposite legendary? Wouldn't that make sense? Yeah, I will be making a video about the Pokemon, but the new Pavilion Pokemon, I was kind of like, I noticed, I didn't know all of them when I was playing the game, and a lot of them I love. My favorite one is probably Dutch Bun. Oh my god, that is awesome. Also, Quaxly's evolution is a peacock. We have a peacock Pokemon. This is not a drill. I've always wanted a peacock Pokemon, and now I have it. And also, Finnezen, the dolphin Pokemon, yeah, that was on my team as well. The evolution method, though, not okay, Game Freak. That is just a way to make people do the online stuff. So you basically have to pay to evolve this Pokemon. No. And its evolution, I know it has 2 forms, but the Zero form sucks. It just has a heart. The Hero form is awful. Like, how dare you do the first dolphin Pokemon dirty like that? Oh, so we got a Flamingo Pokemon, which is something I always wanted, but this ain't it, Game Freak. This ain't it. And all you did was take the N out of its name. That's not creative, Game Freak. So Pedalian forms, really disappointing. Not okay. Only 2 Pokemon got new forms in this generation. That's not including, like, evolutions and the future and past forms. Because they're technically totally separate Pokemon, but these... No. You had so many missed opportunities for that. You could have had, like, Pavilion, I don't know, Weasel, I don't know. Because not one Gen 4 Pokemon has a regional variant. There's no Gen 8 Pokemon yet, but that's kind of fair enough. But, you know, yeah, you should have made more Pavilion forms. And technically Tauros has 3, for some reason. What's that about? And Pavilion Wooper has a new evolution in Clodsire, but still, you should have made a lot more evolutions. No, not evolutions. Pavilion forms than that. 2 is not enough. Also, speaking of the past and future forms, that is an awesome concept. They're technically separate Pokemon, they're not actually new forms, they're totally separate Pokemon. I think my favorite future form is, I don't remember their names, Iron Moth and Iron Valiant. Yeah, the Gardevoir slash Gallade and the Volcarona in future forms. They're awesome. Also, I totally predicted this, by the way. I drew a fusion of Gallade and Gardevoir ages ago, and if I remember, or if I find it, I will put them both on screen. And I totally predicted that. I don't care what you say. And my favorite of the past forms, I don't know any of the past forms names yet, but my favorite are Salamence and Jigglypuff. They look awesome. Wow, that is so cool. I knew there was a reason why Jigglypuff was used in that trailer so much. Because, you know, they were showing off, what are they called? The terrestrial, the Terra-type Pokemon, the ones that roam about the wild. They used Jigglypuff for that, and they used Jigglypuff a lot in that trailer. So, I knew there was a reason for it. It was foreshadowing. Also, the champion battle, we got the Elite Four back again. That was cool. This Elite Four was pretty interesting, especially since one of them was also a gym leader. The one that looks a tiny bit like Brendan Urie. Yeah, but... Yeah, that was kind of interesting, the way they did the Elite Four. I don't remember her name, but, like, new champion. She's probably one of my favorite champions. I really like her design, I like her personality. She's not in the game that much, but, you know, that's fine. But yeah, I like her a lot. Definitely one of my favorite champions. Not as good as Cynthia, obviously. No champion will ever be as good as Cynthia. But yeah, I like the gym arc in the Elite Four. That was cool. And, you know, I like how there's more than one champion. That's pretty cool. Okay, the crater. I want to talk about the crater. Wow, that is the best area we've ever had in any Pokemon game. That was awesome. That was beautiful. The cliffs, the waterfalls, the sparkles across the map I noticed. That was so amazing. Well done on that, Game Freak. That was a 10 out of 10 job. The crater is definitely my favorite part in this game. It's where you get all the past and future forms. You only get the past forms in Scarlet and the future forms in Violet, though. Why are the games not called Past and Future Game Freak? That was weird. But I really love the crater. That was amazing. It's 10 out of 10 job. Like, I can't talk about it enough. Well, I mean, I can, but I'll be here all day. And this video is getting long enough as it is. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. The crater, 10 out of 10 Game Freak. That was amazing. Although, one tiny thing I have to say, the cave in the crater but has all the crystals in it, the reflections are the wrong way around. Fix that. Also, I assume it's the same in Scarlet, although wouldn't really make as much sense, but in Violet, you know, spoilers, obviously in 3, 2, 1, the professor is a robot. He's, you talk to the professor, like, while you're fighting the Titans, and he, like, upgrades, well, he doesn't upgrade it, but he tells you when your ride Pokemon's upgraded after you beat each Titan, and, you know, he's trapped in the crater, and interestingly, you can't actually go to the crater until you beat the champion, so, it's not entirely, like, you choose your own path, Game Freak, because no, that's not how that works. But yeah, I really like that twist. I never saw it. I saw it coming, but then I didn't. I saw like the whole the professor would be the main villain of the game twist coming, because it was kind of obvious from the beginning. But like, I didn't know he'd be an AI like replica of the original professor who is dead. And I didn't think, you know, that he'd like that would happen. At the end, you have to destroy the time machine that he used to, or she, that they used to bring like the things back, and the Pokemon, and then he that makes him like, you know, lose his I don't want to say mind, but his programming kicks in, and he battles you, and then he disables your Pokeballs, and that's when you use your legendary. And if you beat him or her, if you beat them, they end up going in the time machine to go to the past or future. And since the professors are Arvin's parents, you know, I assume both of them are his parents, because come on. That it means he doesn't ever see them again after that, which is quite a shame, to be honest. That was really sad. This game is so sad. It's one of the saddest Pokemon games ever. Like, oh my god. I don't think I've cried this much about Pokemon games since X and Y with AZ's Floette. Like, honestly. I want to quickly mention that the end credit song is by Ed Sheeran. That is awesome, Game Freak. Well done. Okay, time to get into the stuff that I don't like about the game. First off, the controls. Again, the controls in the legendaries suck. They are the worst. Oh my god. There's so many glitches as well, but I'll get into that. But yeah, the controls are kind of messed up. You know, if you're climbing up a wall with your ride Pokemon, sometimes it just does not grip onto the wall, and it keeps sliding down, and it's so annoying. Also, you know what, sometimes when you're controlling the character, you know, sometimes the controls are just really weird. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure you all know, obviously, but yeah. The controls are really weird about, like, with this, and I don't like it. Maybe they'll get fixed in an update, I don't know, but yeah. The controls not the best, and like, I don't, like, know what else to say, really. They're just, you know, yeah, that's all I have to say. Also, there are so many glitches, but that's to be expected because it's the first open world Pokemon game. Yeah, no, I think maybe it should have been better. Again, you know, the Pokemon won't grip on the wall, or sometimes you'll just run into a cliff. Pokemon will like be stuck in the walls and stuff, and it's so annoying. Or sometimes, you know, a character will just walk right through you, and that's like, what? And I saw this, someone post this glitch where like, apparently, like, you were battling, like, the director of the academy, and you just keep walking during the battle, like, walked away. What the heck? What's that about? Like, some of the things from Legends Arceus should have been in the game as well. Like, throwing Pokeballs at a Pokemon without battling it was nice, Game Freak. Please bring that back. Or, you know, the fact you could run around the battlefield while you're in the middle of a battle, that would be cool. You can move the camera while you're in a battle, but still, that's not as fun. Also, being able to bring all your Pokemon out at once. I mean, you can do that in the picnic thing, but that was still fun. I don't know if I like that or not. Also, Pokemon can follow you in this game, which is nice. Like, I kind of forgot to mention that. It's not the best integration. The best integration is still Let's Go, but at least we have it, you know. It's nice to have. Talk about the graphics. Not the best graphics in any game, because people seem to forget that Pokemon have to, like... Because Pokemon look cartoony. Like, all Pokemon... Like, the Pokemon themselves, they all look cartoony. If you say they look realistic, you're lying to yourself. So, it's kind of hard for them to, like, keep the cartoony art style, but also make it look realistic. I think Legends Arceus did that very well, but this game didn't quite do it well. Also, the characters and the protagonists especially, I don't like this art style. Like, why couldn't it have been the same art style as Legends Arceus and Sword and Shield, you know? Like, why did they have to change it to make it look like Pokemon Snap? And, well, Pokemon Snap is the most beautiful game beautiful Pokemon game on the Switch. I almost did a mistake there. I don't think it was a good idea to make the main games look like that art style. I didn't like that at all. I would have preferred if it was the same art style as the previous games. Not Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, but you know what I mean. But, yeah, I don't like judge the graphics that much, because at the end of the day, the graphics don't really matter. Doesn't really change the game in any way. Maybe it changes the appeal, but it doesn't change, like, the controls in the story. So, you know, it's fine, I guess. Not the biggest deal in the world. Also, if I remember, I'm going to put a picture of my final team here. That's the wrong way, but you know what I mean. I'll put it there. Yeah, but that's my final team for the game. I really loved all these Pokemon. It was really hard to choose my team this time. But, yeah, I think my team is great. I love it. There are so many birds and dogs in this game. It was so hard. I ended up choosing Dachshund and Greavard's evolution, which I don't remember the name of, but I will learn it, as the dog Pokemon. There was the third dog Pokemon, but I didn't want to use that one. And obviously Quaxly's evolution, the dolphin Pokemon, Venison I think it's called, the parrot Pokemon, Squawkabilly, that is a cool name. And then who was my sixth member? You'll be seeing it right now, but I do not remember who it was. It was Lechonk, obviously Lechonk's evolution. I didn't really use it that much, but come on, it's Lechonk. I have to have it on my team. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end the video there. Let me know what you thought of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in the comments down below. And what was your team? Because I really want to know your team. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye!